This is the picture that every passenger who goes to Glasgow now by train will see at the railway station in England. No time for delay. Yes, the report of this year's climate figures issued by the UN is not a cheerful one. The top hottest year, the everywhere wildfires, the continuously rising sea level, and thousands of home losses. Since the 2015 Paris Agreement, people have been waiting or wasting another 6 years, doing nothing real to stop global warming. The currently ongoing COP26 is recognized as a make-or-break moment. Keeping or leaving coal-fired electricity is one of the issues to be discussed this time. As a possible replacement, hydrogen energy has become a spotlight. China, a major country in coal mining and consumption, is turning fast on its track. October 2021, a 6-day heavy rain hit Shanghai, home to most coal mines in China. It was the heaviest recorded autumn rain and halted almost 30 coal mines. Almost at the same time, electricity restriction in more than 10 provinces became a tremendous sensation. Landscape lights are turned off, factories' operations are halted, and workers are asked to stay at home. Most people think electricity restriction is related to the heavy rain in Shanxi. Why? Because around 70% of electricity in China relies on burning coal. Is coal a must for China? Here, the coal industry has developed rapidly since 1978. By this October, China is increasing its annual coal production by 220 million tons, an increase of nearly 6% over the whole output of last year. China's coal mining and consumption has exceeded that of all other countries in the world combined, supporting its nearly 2.85 million employees in the industry here. In 2018, China's coal accounts for less than 60% of primary energy consumption for the first time. Experts predict that the proportion will fall to 50% by 2030, when the coal demand will reach the peak, but 50% will still be a huge number. Given that it's impossible to abolish coal-fired electricity immediately, or it needs time to develop clean energy, how will China reach its carbon neutrality by 2060? A piece of old news came into my view, and I like to call it the foundation of China's climate ambition. At present, nearly 70% of oxygen energy used in China mainly comes from coal gasification. It is the reaction of coke and water or oxygen to produce hydrogen, which is mainly used in hydrogen fuel cells. Another hydrogen production is the co-product of coke. A large amount of hydrogen is released during the dry distillation of coal at 900 to 1000 degrees Celsius. Besides, some coal steam electric plants are equipped with hydrogen energy generators. When the electric load is low, coal is burned to generate electricity for water electrolysis. When the load is high, the hydrogen from water electrolysis is burned to generate electricity. These methods sound very, very easy. Elementary chemical knowledge, right? But why are they not widely used yet? The facts now in the country are, some factories, unfortunately, discharge the hydrogen produced in the dry distillation process of coal directly, and the hydrogen energy generators cost more but with lower thermal efficiency. And here are some other facts. Hydrogen generated by the above methods is gray or blue hydrogen, which means carbon dioxide is generated in the producing process. In other words, the result is environment friendly, but the process is not. We need green hydrogen, generated by renewable resources such as solar power, wind power, or hydropower. China is and needs to be on the track of using coal in a more clean and efficient way. In the process of releasing the same amount of carbon dioxide, greater energy and renewable resources can be obtained. Besides, making new policies, strengthening supervision, and encouraging the development of science and technology are key to improving the energy structure. Of course, chemical knowledge is far from reducing or eventually abandoning carbon, while China is at a down-to-earth beginning. Check these newly released data. World's largest investor in renewable energy for 8 consecutive years. The cumulative investment in new energy for 10 consecutive years is about 818 billion US dollars, accounting for 30% of global investment. The result of these inputs is that the carbon emission in 2019 was 48.1% lower than that in 2005, and reached the goal of 40% to 45% lower than that in 2005 by 2020, ahead of schedule. In September this year, China promised that it will no longer build new overseas coal power projects. These down-to-earth measures also echo an important goal of COP26. Act now. The Paris Agreement in 2015 is a consensus, but the make or break COP26 should be more practical. Carbon emission targets should involve all countries' political, economic, and energy systems and make it a real influential topic. The Paris Agreement announced that the global average temperature should increase no higher than 2 degrees Celsius or even 1.5 degrees Celsius. To achieve this goal, global greenhouse gas emissions need to be reduced by 45% by 2030 compared with 2010. This is not easy, as always. Although COVID-19 brought the global carbon emissions in 2020 the largest annual decrease of 7% since World War II, the rebound in 2021 makes the year to be the second in carbon emission growth following 2019.
Feel good.
If so, the global carbon emissions are expected to increase by 16% over 2010 by 2030, which will push the global temperature rise by at least 3 degrees Celsius, exceeding the red line set in Paris. Since the 19th century, we have access to energy by burning fossil fuels, which has led to a 1.1 degrees Celsius global temperature rise, higher than that before industrialization. And the temperature rise continues. This heat will melt glaciers, raise sea levels, and drown the homes of tens of millions of people. The expansion of deserts, serious pest attacks, and extreme weather changes, continuous high temperature, rainstorm, flood, and forest fire are everywhere. People say that COP26 is taking the Paris Agreement a step further. Well, for me, the most important is that COP26 can re-establish the confidence and trust between all countries on climate crisis. We have no choice.